The Dallas Cowboys take on the Philadelphia Eagles in an NFC East showdown. It's the NFL season finale on this special edition of Monday Night Football.
26 degrees, clear skies, Saturday night in South Philadelphia. Ready for the Eagles and Cowboys, meeting number 126. From 1990 to 2020, the rivalry's been so even, each team won and lost 31 games. Cowboys saw their four-game winning streak snapped on Sunday. 25-22 home loss to the Cardinals. Dallas not feeling particularly good about that. The Eagles enter this one on a four-game winning streak. Dallas can get up as high as the second seed. The Eagles can only improve one spot to 6 if things go their way. Cowboys won the toss and have deferred. And so the Eagles will get the football first. Jason Huntley just elevated. He's back deep for Philadelphia. 11 elevations today by the Eagles. Here's Greg Zuerlein into the end zone. And it goes for a touchback. We'll get to Gardner Minshew in a bit. Take a good look at the starting center. The all-world center of the Eagles, Jason Kelce. The Iron Man for Philadelphia tonight, making his 122nd consecutive start. That's the third longest active streak in the NFL, behind only Ndamukong Suh and Jake Matthews. And we'll see how long Kelce's actually going to be out there for.
I'm so glad he's out there and that Nick Sirianni did this. The fans are excited about it. Keep that streak. That's like 7.5 years, dude.
This could be a one and done for Kelce. Here's Minshew to throw. Devontae Smith skied up to get it and couldn't bring it down. And Kelce will head to the sideline. He gets a full game check for that, right?
He sure does. Look, I was here in 2011 when he was drafted in the 6th round. This was Howard Mudd's prize find from the University of Cincinnati. Look, he loved Jason Kelce. He has exceeded everyone's expectations, one of the best centers in the league since the first day he stepped onto the field.
He wants no attention. You see, he ran off the field.
Yeah.
He didn't want the fans to, welcome him off the field. Such a humble leader for this team.
On 2nd down and 10. Kenneth Gainwell to the line of scrimmage. Keanu Neal makes the stop. And Gardner Minshew, Lewis, you mentioned him, had a start against the Jets. Remarkably efficient. 20 of 25. 242 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions in a victory.
I mean, he was cool as a cucumber that entire game, Steve. He's a guy who distributed the football quickly, was very decisive, moved outside the pocket, had great pocket awareness. Look, I expect him to go ahead and compete his rear end off tonight. He doesn't know any other way, and he's going to have to against this front four that's going to be coming after him.
Brett Toth expected to play center the rest of the way for the Eagles tonight in place of Kelce. On 3rd and 9. Good pocket. Minshew loads and fires, and it's deflected and caught. Devontae Smith on the receiving end. Kelvin Joseph, the rookie out of Kentucky, had it in his hands, and it goes for 25.
They might stop calling it Minshew Mania and just call it Minshew Magic. I mean, he's trying to get the ball to Devontae Smith on a little comeback route, and just serendipity for Gardner Minshew.
And they are just across midfield in Dallas territory on 1st down and 10. Minshew off the play fake. Quick throw, able to complete. That's Jalen Reagor for the 1st down. Pick up a 12.
Look at Gardner Minshew. You see, he just stays calm in the pocket, man. And you look, that ball obviously should have been intercepted, but all's well that ends well. And then you just see here on the RPO that he just completed after this play here to Devontae Smith, you see how quick and decisive and calm he is. And that kind of rubs off on the rest of the offense, man. I'm telling you, he gives them a chance every time he's out on the field. I don't care who he's playing with.
That's Kelvin Joseph, the rookie corner. He's got to make that play.
First down and 10, at the Dallas 37. Minshew will roll and will take off. Checks the rear view and stumbles out of bounds. Joseph came over to force him out, pick up a 4.
So while Gardner Minshew and the backups for Philadelphia are going against a lot of the starters for the Cowboys defensively, they do not have Trayvon Diggs, no Anthony Brown. There are 2 starting corners not here tonight, and as well as Jaron Kearse, who's been a revelation for Dan Quinn in this defense. He's out tonight, and no Micah Parsons, as we mentioned. So there's some players out and opportunities in the secondary for Gardner Minshew to go after.
2nd and 6. On the ground, here's Gainwell, the rookie out of Memphis. Neville Gallimore makes the stop. Kearse is kind of a sign of the times for the Cowboys. Had a hamstring injury, then got moved to the COVID list today, and that's the reason. He's out. Anthony Brown, the starting corner, on the COVID list. Trayvon Diggs is out due to illness, according to the Cowboys. Not COVID-related, not as of now. 3rd down and 3 upcoming from the Cowboys 30. Back to Gainwell. He's got the first down. To the 21, gain of 9. Randy Gregory, the stop. Eagles on the move.
We talk a lot about the left tackle, Andre Dillard. And he's one of these players for the Eagles that is getting a hard evaluation tonight. That's him on Randy Gregory. But Dillard has been a little bit of a disappointment, I think you could say. He's been beaten out by Jordan Mailata, but an opportunity for him to get a full game reps against a really good defensive line.
Right back to Gainwell, able to turn the corner inside the 10. And the first down for the Eagles. Pick up a 12.
But this is just a real nice read by Gainwell. You see out on the edge, Jordan Lewis, he has to be able to play with better leverage and keep that ball contained. Because look, Gainwell's one of those guys, great vision, great strength, great balance. Philly's on the move.
1st and goal. Give it to Gainwell again. To the 6, Keanu Neal makes the stop. Ken Gainwell, a rookie out of Memphis, 5th round pick from Yazoo City, Mississippi. Population about 11,000, and he's cousins with Fletcher Cox. So he knows what this Eagles team's all about.
Look, Gainwell, he opted out in 2020. This is a guy who's recruited to Memphis as a quarterback, or rather recruited as a wide receiver, was a quarterback in high school, switched to running back. And he's got a lot of skills, man. And his tape is really good this year, and it's showing up so far.
They go Wildcat. That's Minshew, top of your screen. Ward was the college quarterback. He pitches it to Richard Rodgers, who was just elevated, and DeMarcus Lawrence makes the stop. 3rd and goal.
It's a really nice play from DeMarcus Lawrence, understanding that formation and what out of the Wildcat to expect that shovel pass inside to the tight end. Rodgers barely gets it, but look at DeMarcus Lawrence right there. For this team to continue to get momentum, DeMarcus Lawrence has to play at a high level.
3rd down and goal. Jason Huntley has checked in. Elevated today. He's the running back to the right of Minshew. Another shovel again, and this time a touchdown. It's Tyree Jackson. And the Eagles strike first.
The guy to watch here is DeMonte Casey. Just watch him here on the end of the line of scrimmage. You see him come upfield for Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, that's got to be his responsibility. Casey's got to take.
He's got to slow play that a little bit more for sure.
And just like it was on the previous play, you need the inside rush, that line to come and help you on the pitch. They weren't able to get it done.
Jake Elliott puts through the extra point. Hey, Tyree Jackson, welcome to the NFL. That's his first catch in the National Football League. And it goes for a touchdown. Clean living. And the Eagles off to a big start at home tonight.
He gives it, he keeps it, and he runs in. Touchdown.
We're not done yet.
Hurts, looks, fires, touchdown, Devontae Smith. And it is Rodney McLeod. He does it again.
And the Eagles are in business, not just tonight, but this season. Clinched the playoff spot last week. They're one of the hotter teams in the league. They've won 6 of the last 7 after starting 3-6. You guys remember the sky was falling here in Philadelphia? They got a lot of issues, quarterback questions. What about this new head coach?
Yeah.
And bam, here they are in a playoff spot and maybe as high as the 6th seed.
You got to give Nick Sirianni credit, and you're right, it didn't look good, but they found something to hang their hat on, and it was this offensive line and the run game, and that's kind of what got them back in this year.
Elliott will put it in the air. And it will go as a touchback. Dak and the Cowboys will take over from the 25-yard line. Prescott has thrown for 32 touchdowns this season. He is just 4 shy of the Cowboys franchise record of 36 set by Tony Romo back in 2007. His offense coordinator Kellen Moore said he's the best leader I have ever been around. His resiliency, continued confidence in everyone around him. He runs the show and he leads the way. He's the best leader I've ever been around, and that's quite a statement, fellas.
Stay outside right there.
Ezekiel Elliott in the game, and he's got the football. Trying to cut it up to the 28. McGovern made the block. As we take a look at our Star Watch, brought to you by Windows 11 and Intel.
Yeah, we talked with Mike McCarthy this week, and he wants to get this running game going. Don't be surprised if they run it more than 30 times, and Ezekiel Elliott's going to get a lot of those touches. And I'm looking for Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb to step up. There's been a lot of talk about, how many catches Amari Cooper's getting. I don't want to hear any of that stuff. I want these two guys to come out and play at a high level because they need them to play better. They have to play better for this team to go where they want to go.
False start. Offense, number 63. 5-yard penalty, second down.
And that's not what they need. This is the most penalized offensive line in the league.
Look, we talked about this with Mike McCarthy as well, and with Kellen Moore. That's just killer right there. I mean, you can't start off the second play of the game and have a false start. I mean, that's just inexcusable.
That's Zeke, bottom of your screen. The Eagles rushing 4. Got it away. Amari Cooper on the catch after the 30, pickup of 5. The Cowboys are the most penalized team in the NFL and have the most penalties on offense, but you're right. Kellen Moore said, hey, the pre and post snap, that's the ones we got to stay away from, like that, for example.
Yeah, I mean, that's just that's just concentration. See, that's all it is. I mean, coaches don't coach that. That's on the players. They got to make sure that doesn't happen.
Right, holding we can figure out.
Right.
It's not the false start.
Yeah, the pre-snap and post-whistle.
Personal fouls, those kinds of things. 3rd and 5. Prescott out of a nice pocket. And Cedric Wilson. That was a beauty of a ball. Prescott to Wilson. Pick up a 16 in the first.
Yeah, and it's a heck of a route, too. You see Cedric Wilson in the slot here to your right, and you just see him separate coming out of the break, and Dak just puts it high and away. Nice throw, nice conversion.
Cedric Wilson's been a luxury for this team. Without Michael Gallup, who tore his ACL, unfortunately, a week ago, Cedric Wilson's going to be a lot bigger part of this offense.
Dak looking left and throwing that way. There's CeeDee Lamb. Another first down for the Cowboys. Pick up a 14.
But Dak Prescott said, I've had enough of this. I'm going to start putting this ball on my guys here. You have backups playing against what we consider to be the best group of 3 wide receivers in the NFL, and I know Michael Gallup isn't here. If you tell Dak is throwing the football with a purpose.
No Tony Pollard tonight. He's back in Dallas with a foot injury, not COVID related. So we'll get a full dose of Ezekiel Elliott, and he'll get 4 there.
See Kellen Moore, the offensive coordinator. We had a good conversation with him. I think the attitude of this offense and this team this week was, I think, appropriate. They were not happy. They were ticked off with the way last week went against the Cardinals, and they want to get it back on track for sure tonight.
Pitch it to Zeke. Running behind a Corey Clement block. Clement will be the second running back to take Pollard's spot here tonight. Bring up a third down.
See, it was a nice job by Cameron Malveaux on the right side going up against Dalton Schultz, the tight end, who's come under fire for some of his blocking on the perimeter and his inability to really deal with some of the bigger defensive ends in the NFL. We talked to Kellen Moore about this, and they said, look, it's something they need to get better at. They're going to make a concerted effort tonight to get it ironed out.
Cowboys get Blake Jarwin back after 2 months away, out with a hip injury. They're happy to get him back as well. Prescott firing a little bit behind Wilson, and it bounced around off Josiah Scott, the nickel. He had the coverage, 4th down.
Yeah, you're going to see this is just an inside slant, and watch the accuracy from Dak Prescott. This ball just a little bit behind the receiver. Now Wilson should make that catch, but as a quarterback, listen, you're paid to be accurate, and Dak normally is, but that's been an issue for him as of late.
The offense will stay on the field on 4th and 3. From the Philadelphia 34-yard line. Prescott to throw. Has Cooper coming across. First down. Pushed out at the 20-yard line. Pick up a 14.
Look, you're just going to see Amari Cooper just run the shallow. And you're going to look, Kerry Vincent, the corner out of LSU, the rookie corner. Look, he's just got to get over the top of that. If you're going to lock that up, and you're going to play outside leverage man-to-man on Amari Cooper screaming across the field on a shallow, you better get on your horse and you better run. Good execution on the part of the Cowboys.
Slay, Harris, Maddox, McLeod, Nelson, all not playing tonight in that Philadelphia secondary. 2 tight ends for Dallas. On 1st and 10. Here's Clement. Spent 4 seasons here in Philadelphia with the Eagles. Local product out of the New Jersey area. Sean Bradley made the stop.
The fans here are excited to see Corey Clement. If you don't remember, he was the one that started off the Philly special. He took the snap and then he flipped it to Nick Foles, but he's a legend here in Philadelphia.
10th play of the drive upcoming. Elliott's back in there. That's Wilson in motion. Dak looking for Cedric's, got him, and he will prance into the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Take a look at CeeDee Lamb. He's going to come up, and the guy running in motion, he's responsible for that rub on him. And now he comes in and levels his shoulder down. Could have easily got called for pass interference on the offense there.
There's Greg Zuerlein. He's missed 5 extra points this season. On the way and puts it through. It's a 10-play scoring drive for the Cowboys after the Eagles had an 11-play touchdown drive of their own. Dak to Wilson. We're all even at 7 apiece, 5 to play in the first. Tonight's aerial coverage is brought to you by Goodyear. Cowboys have now scored a touchdown on 10 straight red zone drives. That's the team's 2nd longest streak in the last 25 years. That's how we have a 7-7 game here. Key play conversion on a 4th and 3 that kept that Dallas drive alive. Huntley is back deep. Zuerlein in the air. Touchback, and let's go back and look just how wide open Wilson was, and we bring John Perry in for your thoughts on this play, John.
I think it is offensive pass interference based on the shoulder. He establishes a blocking posture into the defensive back. I think the deep wing official should have had an offensive pass interference.
I mean, that's as clear as it gets, right, John?
None of them are clear.
Oh, okay.
They're quick.
Well, we're clear on that.
You got to get that one.
Well, none of them are clear. Got it.
Normally you teach that receiver to go up and turn around and just make that defender go over the top, and you've done your job. You just can't run right into him.
First down and 10. Second possession for Minshew and the Eagles. He's in all sorts of trouble, and he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage.
You know what? A simple release like that, a simple, what's designed to be a kind of rub route situation. If you have veteran corners in there, that kind of thing doesn't happen. You see Josiah Scott coming across the formation. He never even looks at CeeDee Lamb. He has no idea that he's even there. He's so locked in saying, look, I got this guy. I'm just going to cover this guy. And Kerry Vincent isn't communicating with him. These are kind of things you can expect to happen during the course of this game with young guys who haven't played together at all.
Officially, that goes as a sack, getting back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. Second down and 10. Here's Rager. Kelvin Joseph to force him out. Bring up a third down.
So there's a lot of Eagles that are getting the night off tonight, but a couple that are not are Jalen Rager, Quez Watkins, Greg Ward. That receiving core, along with Devontae Smith, they're all dressed and they're playing tonight. This is a group that has to continue to develop. And although no Jalen Hurts, they're going to get some opportunities with Gardner Minshew.
We'll see when Devontae Smith gets 13 yards or so. We'll see how much longer he plays tonight. Third down and 11 from the 24. Low snap. Minshew picks it up. Flush throwing on the run. And it's through the hands of Tyree Jackson. Fourth down.
And here you see what Dan Quinn is doing with all these movable pieces he has up front on the defensive line and the way he can deploy these guys. None of them were down in the three-point stance. You had Randy Gregory standing up. You had DeMarcus Lawrence standing up. Neville Gallimore. I mean, all these guys moving around. This is the thing that Dan talked about that's fun for him, and he's finally found a way now to utilize these guys to their best and to their most optimum. And that's without Micah Parsons playing tonight.
You see CeeDee Lamb back deep. Cowboys have blocked the most punts in the NFL this season. Here they come. And Aaron Sipas able to get it away. Lamb will make a couple moves, a little shake and bake, and has some sideline. Goes to a 42-yard punt, 11 on the return. 7 all, 3.5 to play in the first quarter.
Back out here doing what I love, the greatest place to play football.
Looking down the field, Lamb! Victory! Phenomenal catch. Intercepted by Gage!
House call!
Of course it's Gage!
To get to where we go, we got to play the best. Whoever it is, line them up.
Kind of up and down for Dallas. Started 6-1, lost 3 out of 4, won 4 straight. They come off a loss, but after that last touchdown, you're watching tonight the highest scoring Dallas Cowboys team in franchise history. Now, I know they've added a couple of games to the regular season. I get that.
That's kind of crazy that they're the number 1 scoring offense in the league.
Yep.
And we're talking about all these issues that they have, and rhythm and momentum and the running game and Dak being on the same page. This is the number 1 scoring offense in the league.
Connor McGovern in the block for Ezekiel Elliott, but Dak wants to throw. Got a man wide open. It's Cooper coming across. .29 yards on the play.
Look, if you're Zach McPherson, number 27, you got to have some communication with Kayvon Wallace, number 42, the safety, as far as how you're going to handle this deep over route, because Wallace is up in the line of scrimmage off of the play-action fake. Zach McPherson doesn't know exactly what he's doing and what he's supposed to do, whether or not he's supposed to take him man-to-man or not. That's how you give up explosive plays.
Prescott under some pressure, and he'll slide down. That'll go as a loss. Raequan Williams. And we check in with Lisa.
Hey, Steve. Well, entering the week, Amari Cooper had the lowest catch total, his lowest catch total since 2017. He had made it known that he wanted more targets. Just this week, he said, it's like basketball. If you want to make 100 threes, you've got to shoot over 100. If I want to catch 100 balls, I've got to have those targets, and that's not really in my control. When I talked to him this week, he said he didn't want to really make a big deal about it, didn't want to belabor the point, but just believes if he gets more targets, he can help jumpstart this offense.
Since week 9, just 25 catches for Amari Cooper. CeeDee Lamb, the intended target, going to be a holding call.
Holding, offense number 52. 10-yard penalty. Would be second down.
It's Connor Williams, the left guard.
Listen, I hear these receivers talking about they want more targets, and I think Amari Cooper needs to play better. I think and CeeDee Lamb, same thing. Right there, that last play, CeeDee Lamb's breaking up the field, and Dak Prescott's throwing an in-cut, and they're not on the same page. Those are the kinds of things that lead to turnovers and inconsistency and trust. The quarterback has to trust you're going to be in the right spot on every single play, and these receivers haven't done that consistently enough, in my opinion.
Penalty backs him up. That's Dalton Schultz. Pick up a 10. Get the penalty yardage back. Third down.
Playing man-to-man again, the Eagles defensively.
Philly rushing 4. Prescott. He'll throw it away. Fourth down. Prescott will pick himself up. Milton Williams. And a skirmish as players come together. Some good old-fashioned Eagles and Cowboys.
But you're going to see there's some good push on the interior. Watch Connor Williams right here as he winds up getting a good initial punch, and then he kind of leans. As you see, he gets top heavy, his head drops down, and then Ridgeway winds up eventually pushing the pocket and causing Dak to have to flush out to his left.
Here's Zerline from 48. Bit of a tough season for Zerline. He's missed 6 field goals. It's low, but sails it just through above the crossbar. And the Cowboys take a 10-7 lead, a minute 37 to play. We mentioned the rivalry.
Oh, yeah.
And these guys do this in meaningless games. This one counts. Coming up on Monday, Georgia, Alabama, 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. It is the college football playoff national championship game from Indianapolis, and we'll have you covered from every platform. We got TV, we got radio, we got digital. So many ways to watch, listen, and enjoy the biggest college football game of the season.
Who you got?
And there are alum everywhere you look.
Yeah.
I got Michigan.
You got Oswego.
Very good. Here's Huntley from the goal line. Out beyond the 20. Nice spark. Out to the 35-yard line. You know, it wasn't so long ago that Eagles wide receiver star Devontae Smith was on campus at Alabama. See how clean his room was.
Not very.
His room was more like a trophy room. Got the Heisman, a couple national championships, 2 SEC championships, all part of his haul, and he's checking off every possible accomplishment. And an impressive college career. He is 12 yards shy of the Eagles' rookie record set by Deshaun Jackson back in 2008. And that record is one of the reasons Nick Sirianni has him in the game here tonight. Minshew to throw. Going sideline, and he wanted Smith, able to bring it down. As if on cue, pick up a 12.
Look, watch this route. Look at this nice smooth release. Sell the 9 route like you're going up the field and then put on the brakes like, and then just come back and just snatch that ball out of the air. Look, I'll tell you what, Kelvin Joseph, look, you may not be going up against the entire Philadelphia Eagles first string offense, but I'll tell you this, Gardner Minshew says, hey, take that.
He knew exactly how much he needed. You could see him point to Devontae Smith.
No, he needs another. He needs one more to break it.
Oh, he was 1 yard short on the depth of that route.
That was a nice route, nevertheless.
First down and 10. Minshew. Throw, go right back to him.
There you go, kid.
And there's a football you might want to hang on to. Devontae Smith, congratulations. Not sure how Deshaun Jackson is feeling right now. But again, this was probably more important to Sirianni than it was Devontae Smith.
Kelvin Joseph is saying, what did I do to have to be targeted like this all night? You just see he's such a smooth route runner, so efficient with his feet.
Well, and he's really benefited from this run game to get going because he's their main target in play action. There's a lot of times that Nick Sirianni will go 3 tight ends and leave DeVonta Smith as the only wide receiver out there, and they hit him off of play action. It's been working.
And that's going to go incomplete. Wanted J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, and that might be the last we see of DeVonta Smith.
Well, and he's such a humble kid, too. When Sirianni went to him, he said, listen, I'll do whatever you need me to do to help the team win. It's not about the records for me, but it was more about Nick Sirianni wanting him to have the opportunity to break that record, and he's earned it. I know it's an extra game this year and all that, but that meant something to Nick. It meant something to building the culture here on this team.
I like it. I think franchise records are a big deal, and Sirianni recognizes how important Deshaun Jackson was here as well. Set up the screen to Gainwell. He'll have the first down. And that's how the first quarter comes to an end. And this will be remembered. Gardner Minshew throwing the pass to DeVonta Smith, the new Eagles record holder in the books after one. There's something about January the 8th for DeVonta Smith. 4 years ago to the day, 2018 college football playoff national championship game. It's Alabama and Georgia. Smith only had 1 catch. It was an important one. 41 yards, game-winning catch in overtime from Tua Tagovailoa. Remember, he came in for a struggling Jalen Hurts in the second half, and Alabama won 26-23. I was at that game. That's one of the greatest sporting events I have ever attended in person. That was something.
You'd never seen that before. Quarterback change in the national championship game, and it worked.
We open up the second quarter. Minshew throwing. Little high for Gainwell. Couldn't bring it down. Keanu Neal, who is just returning from the COVID list. They got to yank DeVonta Smith out of this game. So we thought he was done after the catch and the record. He went back in for the play. They might have taken his helmet away.
You think he's going for 1,000 yards?
Tonight, yeah. Came in needing 125 yards within his reach. 2nd and 10. Minshew throwing across the middle. Wide open. And a big play. That's Tyree Jackson. 13 yards. They might tack on another 15. See Minshew getting up.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 6. Penalties 15 yards added to the end of the play. Automatic first down.
It's on Donovan Wilson.
Yeah, you see him just coming off the edge. He's got a free runner on Gardner Minshew, makes contact to the head. Easy call. Right there, you see the right elbow hit him right in the ear hole, right underneath the chin. Even more importantly, there's a coverage bust in the back end between Keanu Neal and Kelvin Joseph. Look, the Dallas Cowboys defense has to tighten up here. They got to start playing a little bit better as far as their communication and their assignments are concerned, because the Eagles are moving this football up and down the field on them.
That's 15 yards for elbowing. Jason Huntley give him a yard. Luke Gifford makes the stop. Second down.
But down here is where it becomes about assignment football. Once you get into the red zone, everything happens so quick. Communication, alignment, assignment, execute. It's all very, very important down here. Eagles had some success earlier on when they got down inside the red zone.
From the Dallas 13, trying to set it up for Gainwell. Going to be dropped for a loss. Neville Gallimore blew up that play, loss of 5.
Yes, outstanding hustle from Gallimore. Here he is right here. Just watch him. He identifies at 300 pounds. He sees screen, and then look at the hustle to get out there and make a play. That's great hustle from a big man.
They even bring it back even further because his knee was down at the 21. That goes a loss of 8 yards. 3rd and 17 from that 21. Pressure. Again, Gainwell. This time we'll get a yard. And Donovan Wilson makes up for that penalty with a big play.
This great recognition on the part of Donovan Wilson. They gave a zero coverage type of look. He recognized the wide receiver screen, just put his foot in the ground and drove downhill on it on Gainwell, made a surefire tackle.
Jake Elliott on to attempt a 38-yard field goal. Sees perfect from inside of 40. To tie the game, and he has. 10-10, 12 and a half to play in the half.
Everyone here is here for a fucking reason. All of you have talent. All of you have value to this organization. And I've seen this grow. When we play our game, nobody can with us. I promise you.
The unquestioned leader of that Eagles offense, Jason Kelce, firing up his teammates. That was from Christmas night prior to their game against the Giants. And you didn't get to hear his laugh there, but when we talked to Jalen Hurts about Kelce, he said he's got this unbelievable laugh. It's infectious. Every time you hear him laugh, it makes you want to laugh too.
He wasn't laughing there. And if that's the way he is on Christmas, you imagine how he is the rest of the year.
Corey Clement will return it in the Cowboys end zone. And he'll spin out just beyond the 25-yard line.
You know, in all seriousness, Jason Kelce just got voted to his 5th Pro Bowl, and he's a 3-time All-Pro and a first-teamer. And, you know, there's 11 other centers in the National Football League that have done that. 5 Pro Bowls and 3-time first-team All-Pros. And all 11 of those are in the Hall of Fame. And this guy right here is going to be in the Hall of Fame. Surefire, first ballot, no question about it in my mind.
Both he and his brother Travis were drafted by Andy Reid, right? Jason here, Travis in Kansas City. Ezekiel Elliott. Stopped by Josiah Scott. We should say Travis Kelce was okay. He was banged up a little bit in the earlier game today. Chiefs had to hang on against the Broncos in Denver.
And both drafted by Andy Reid, right? So great.
And if you're wondering about his streak, and a lot of people were, like we're around town, we see people like, we don't care who Sirianni plays in the game, but Kelce's got to keep his streak alive. And he came in and had the opening snap tonight and got out of there. 122 consecutive games. Cowboys break the huddle late. See, there's 2 on the play clock. And timeout Dallas. Could see that from a mile away.
You know, going back to Kelce, look, I was here when he was drafted here, and the late Howard Mudd, the legendary offensive line coach, identified Jason early in the draft process as someone who he loved for his athleticism, his ability, as Howard used to tell me all the time. Look, it doesn't need to be pretty. I just need offensive linemen who can stay in front of the other guy. To stay in front of the other guy and give my quarterback a chance, well, Jason can do much better than that.
Here's the highlight of his night. He got totally dressed. Look at that brace on the left elbow.
Yeah, make it look official.
Ready to go. He's going to walk out of here with no grass stains on the uni tonight. I'm done. Get me out of here. Get me ready for that wild card weekend.
Well, you got to give some credit to Jeff Stoutland, too. Obviously, Kelce is the leader on the field, but Jeff Stoutland, their offensive line coach, has done an unbelievable job in getting this line back to playing at a high level this year. After what they went through a year ago, they've been outstanding.
Here's Prescott. Finds a seam in the middle. CeeDee Lamb shakes off a would-be tackler. Hung onto the ball. Gives you a good effort there. And it's a pickup of 31.
This is a beautiful route by CeeDee Lamb and great adjust. Watch how he snatches this ball out of the air back behind his body. as Zach McPherson is trying to swipe that ball out of there and then get the ball up the field. That is not easy to do. And then it's the run after the catch, something he was great at Oklahoma. He's been great at it in the pros. Those are the kind of plays they need from CeeDee Lamb.
Dak and Lamb haven't hooked up on a touchdown since week 10. Been a while. Here's Zeke. Sort of a block by Dak Prescott. More kind of got in the way. Little pick and roll, pick up a 6.
And that last play to CeeDee Lamb, that's what they need. They need more of that aggressive behavior from CeeDee Lamb. He wants to score on every single play that he touches the ball. Now, he hasn't always been on the same page with Dak Prescott, and I think they're working on that and working through that. But when he gets the ball in his hands, he's one of the most dynamic receivers in the NFL, bar none.
That's Wilson in motion. He's got the Cowboys touchdown. Pitch it to Elliott. He's got the first down yardage. We'll say he was down. That ball might have popped out, gain of 7.
See, I like this kind of run that they're doing here. Just watch CeeDee, watch them block down, and watch Lyle Collins get out here on the perimeter. They get leverage there, boom. And now you see Lyle Collins, you see how he's able to get out on the perimeter and continue to seal the edge. And now they've got a soft corner and can get the ball. I love those kind of schemed up runs.
Well, the Cowboys were trying to go fast there. The Eagles have challenged. That ball came loose at the very end, ruled down on the field. Andre Sachare had the hit.
Boy, that ball looked like it was coming out.
Philadelphia has challenged the ruling on the field that the runner was down by contact. The previous play is under review. Time out on the field.
John Parry, quickly.
You know what? It does start to move slightly, but not enough. I think he's down by contact.
There was a clear recovery. We'll come back, see what Ron Torbert has to say about that. Welcome back. Ruling on the field stands. Remains Cowboys ball. Show you another look at it here. And it does move, but he's got possession when he's taken to the ground with contact. Nick Sirianni had been great on challenges this season. A 5-1 record. Make him now 5-2. Eagles charged with a timeout. Connor McGovern, the offensive lineman in front of Elliott. It's time to hand it to Zeke. Inside the 30. Inside the 25, Marvin Wilson's stop. Pick up a 4.
Yeah, you can see how committed Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore are to getting this run game going. When they bring Connor McGovern in at fullback and they run the ball between the tackles, it's a point of emphasis. There's no doubt. The previous play, they get out to the edge, which I think is how Kellen Moore thinks this offense can run the ball most efficiently, is on the outside. And when they want to run it inside, they're going to bring some beef in.
That was my takeaway from the conversation with Mike McCarthy. They were going to run 30 times or more no matter what else happens tonight. Sounded like if not, heads will roll. There's Elliott for a yard. Down to Lisa.
Yes, Steve, Ezekiel Elliott has a chance to hit the 1,000-yard mark tonight, but he said that didn't really factor into his desire to play in this game. He said he remembers his rookie season back in 2016. He said they were playing great football at the end of the year. They sat out the finale. They had a first-round bye. In that game against Green Bay, he said after being off 2 weeks, we started off terrible. So Zeke said, I've seen what can happen when you rest. I'd rather go build momentum.
Zeke's numbers are all trending in the wrong direction. He's got 30 carries, 30 yards on 8 carries tonight on the ground. 3rd and 5. Dak to throw under pressure. All alone is Cedric Wilson for the touchdown. Second touchdown for Wilson tonight. Good for 24 yards.
You're just going to see Cedric Wilson, number 3 in the trips, meaning counting outside in, 1, 2, 3. He's just going to run the pylon route. No one reroutes him. Looks like there's some confusion again in the Eagles secondary. That's an easy throw and catch. Looks like, yeah, he got in there.
Yeah, this secondary for the Eagles, it's a skeleton crew back there, and whether they play man-to-man or whether they play zone, if they play man, it's hard to stay with CeeDee Lamb and with Amari Cooper. If you play zone, you got to communicate, and they haven't done a whole lot of that either. So this is kind of like taking candy from a baby if you're Dak Prescott.
Zerloin on the extra point. There are a lot of wide open spaces tonight in that Philadelphia secondary. Second career game with 2 or more touchdowns for Cedric Wilson. ESPN's Monday Night Football brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. Visit Progressive.com. You might recall the Philly special, never to be forgotten here in these parts and outside of Lincoln Financial. There is the statue, depicts the moment in time. Before the trick play, Nick Foles asks Doug Peterson, "You want Philly, Philly?" Peterson famously responded, "Yeah, let's do it." And the rest is history. And the Eagles went on to win their first Super Bowl 41-33.
And now the Eagles back in the playoffs. 4 out of the last 5 years they've been in the playoffs. Last year we were here for the Seattle game, and that was, looking at that team, 4-win team, and where they were, and all the drama with Carson Wentz, for them to be back in the playoffs a year later, it really is a great story.
On the offensive run on the field, and Corey Clement, welcome back. Grew up the Eagles fan. Grease, you talked about it earlier. He's a rookie here for the Eagles, and in that Super Bowl 52 win, he had 4 catches for 100 yards, but he's the guy that took the snap. They go wild card. Everybody knows Trey Burton. Everybody knows Nick Foles. I don't think anybody remembers that Corey Clement actually took the snap out of the Wildcat in the Philly special.
Yeah, and he would tell you that perfect pitch, that was the whole key to the play.
And he went to high school, Glassboro, New Jersey, some 21 miles from where we stand here today. It's quite a Super Bowl performance for him. Jalen Reagor. Eagles try to get him involved. He slipped down. Gain of 3.
There you see Randy Gregory right there, defensive end, who Dan Quinn is just so fired up about, and that every opponent that they go against, they all remember number 94. One of the best pass rushers on this football team. They've got 3 really good ones. This guy's going to need to be a force for them to get to where they want to get to, as he has been all year long.
6 sacks this season, ties his career high. Minshew able to escape, picks up a couple blocks, and he'll slide down. Give him a couple.
Talking about Randy Gregory, Dan Quinn told us he couldn't wait to coach Randy Gregory. He recruited him, obviously, looked at him in the draft, and just thought he was a phenomenal talent. Obviously, he has been through so much in his life and his career, and finally now this season got the consistency and playing. And I think Dan Quinn's done an excellent job with him, as he has done with this entire defense. There's no question in my mind he's the assistant coach of the year in the National Football League for what he's done with this defense.
A 141-point improvement from a season ago. Minshew to throw and able to complete. Quez Watkins, first catch of the night. Gain of 21.
This is just nice execution here by Gardner Minshew as Quez Watkins runs a little 7 route, a little corner route. You see him having the fade off to his left, keeping his eyes down the field. Doris Armstrong is right in his face, and he throws an absolute dime.
Minshew wants to throw. They got a hand on him. Ball pops up in the air off the fingertips of Gainwell. And Terrell Basham had the pressure for Dallas.
Yeah, LaRaven Clark, the right tackle, he hasn't played a whole lot, and so he go up against Basham and Gregory and Armstrong and Lawrence. That's a long day. You have to run the football if you're the Eagles to take some pressure off of those tackles on the outside.
Yeah, these guys are starting to turn it up a little bit now. They're starting to get after him and get off the snap. You're absolutely right.
Here's Huntley. First down and then some. Able to stay on his feet inside the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 18 and a touchdown-saving tackle by Damontae Kazee.
Look at the center and the left guard, Opeta. How they combination block on the defensive tackle up to the linebacker, and then great vision to the second level. So when we talk about running the football with this offensive line, even though they're the backups, they're run blocking well.
That's a career best rush of 18 yards. Here's Tyree Jackson. Hey, third catch of the night. He had the touchdown earlier.
Just watch Jason Huntley's feet now. I mean, this kid is got good balance, got good quickness. Hey, this is a great opportunity for a lot of people, not just Gardner Minshew tonight. Jason Huntley, go ahead, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, burst onto the scene.
Second-year player out of New Mexico State. Fifth-round draft pick of the Lions in 20. He stays in there. Two tight ends. 2nd and 4. Flag comes in. They're going to get him on a hole. Donovan Wilson made the stop.
They're going to get the tight end on the end of line of scrimmage.
Which tight end?
Okay, I got you. Tongi eye.
Holding. Offense number 83. 10-yard penalty. Would be second down.
How'd I do?
I thought you were going to go Richard Rodgers there. No. Tongi eye. First penalty against the Eagles tonight.
Called me out and I got you.
You don't take the easy way out. That's for sure.
You didn't even know you were trying me on that one.
No, I really wasn't. I just knew they had multiple tight ends in the game.
I got it written phonetically right here. Not like it looks.
2nd and 14. At the Dallas 34, under 5 to play in the half. Cowboys by a touchdown. Got it to Richard Rodgers. His second catch. And down to the 25, pickup of 9. Richard Rodgers' name should sound familiar. Always seems to be associated with a Hail Mary. Mentioned the Eagles Monday nighter a year ago against Seattle. Had the Hail Mary, but had the big Hail Mary that people remember in Detroit for the Packers and Aaron Rodgers.
What was that one? There's always a name for the miracle.
Yeah, Motown Miracle. It's got to be alliteration, of course. So Brett Toth is down for the Eagles, and he's playing in place of Jason Kelce, who took the ceremonial opening snap, and that was supposed to be it. We'll see if Kelce has to grab a helmet.
Yeah, no, he's not grabbing any helmets.
You see Jason's body language. He's looking, I'm not going out there.
Give me Jack Anderson up. There's the 23-year-old rookie
Get up,
at Texas Tech.
Get up.
What he is saying, though, if something were to happen to Jack,
he's still not coming in the game?
Look, I promise you, they'd have to talk him out of not going in there more than talking him into it. That man loves to play the game. As the Eagle fans start to communicate with the Cowboys.
Shower Dallas with praise.
Unprompted, no reason. Just talk to him. I love it.
See if we get word on Toth as Anderson checks in. 3rd down and 5. 5 of 7 the Eagles are on 3rd down. They want to run on 3rd and 5. How about that play call? And Kenneth Gainwell. 1st and goal, Eagles. Gain of 17.
Boy, watch the right guard come out. Owashika came in. He just came in first snap of the game, and he gets out. And look at the cut from Gainwell inside for the 1st down.
A little tempo out of the Eagles here. Minshew across the middle. Wanted Gainwell in a heavy traffic area, and it falls incomplete. And Leighton Vander Esch gets up slowly. 2nd and goal.
You're going to see Vander Esch really close here on Gainwell. Runs into Keanu Neal. He was slow to get up on that play. That was a heck of a collision between those two.
10th play of the drive. 2nd and goal from the 7. Straight handoff. Gainwell into the end zone. Touchdown for the Eagles.
it's all about force and leverage. And just look at Donovan Wilson here, number 6, on the edge against Tyree Jackson. Look, if you're playing him man-to-man, you still got to have some awareness as to what's happening outside of you as far as making sure that you keep the sideboards on the defense. That's just too easy for Gainwell. Gainwell saying, hey, look, that's how you want to play it. I'll waltz on in here for a touchdown. Great execution on the part of the Eagles in this entire drive.
Jake Elliott for the tie. And we are 3 long scoring drives by the Eagles. 11 plays, 10 plays, and another 10-play drive engineered by Gardner Minshew. And we're all tied up in South Philadelphia.
Philadelphia Eagles are the #1 rushing team in the National Football League, but these aren't the starters. This is the backup offensive line, and it's not Boston Scott, not Jordan Howard. It's Kenneth Gainwell, and it's Jason Huntley. But this line against the starters for the Cowboys, they're making some holes, Lewis.
Yeah, they sure are, and they are getting their head on the right side of the blocks. The running backs are reading it properly. You see Gainwell right there, where you talked about Donovan Wilson not having enough awareness on the edge to make sure that he can force that run back in. And look, Huntley and Gainwell said, hey, look, you don't want to play the starters tonight? We'll take it. We'll take it, and they are running with the opportunity.
We saw the Eagles in Dallas Week 3 on Monday Night Football. That night, Philadelphia had a season-low 64 rushing yards in the entire game. They got 82 already. We're not at halftime.
Well, in that game, they only handed the ball off to a running back 3 times. 3 times. Now, I know they got behind, but that was not the recipe early for the Eagles.
The NFL playoffs are just around the corner. All kicks off at Super Wild Card Weekend. Saturday doubleheader, followed by a Sunday tripleheader. And for the first time ever, a wild card Monday night game for you. January 17th, 8 Eastern. We'll have megacast coverage across all networks. 3 days, 6 games, one epic long weekend. The road to Super Bowl 56 starts right here. See how Dallas answers back. 3:40 to play in the first half, tied at 17. Prescott has it knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Milton Williams for the Eagles. Rookie out of Louisiana Tech.
Yeah, they really like Milton Williams here in Philadelphia. He's just reading the quarterback's eyes, and as soon as he sees that quarterback, he can hit his 3rd step, then he's jumping.
I think that hit him in the elbow, too. Wasn't exactly his fingertips. On 2nd and 10. Here's Elliott. Nice patient run for big yardage, longest of the night. And Elliott and the Cowboys are across midfield, gain of 26.
Look, that's the kind of run you need. You got a double team here. You're going to see Schultz come up inside, and you're just going to see Zeke follow it all right down the barrel. That's a nice cut there to the outside, puts his foot in the ground, gets north and south again. Those are the kind of runs they need from Ezekiel Elliott. That's the kind of execution they need up front from their offensive line.
Elliott had gone 8 games without a 20-yard play, run or pass. He picks up 25 there. And that's Clement, giving Elliott a bit of a breather. Pick up a 7. Patrick Johnson made the stop.
Cowboys, one of the fastest teams in the NFL as far as getting plays run. Going up tempo here.
Right back to Clement. Needed 2, got 7. First down, Dallas. 2.5 to play.
See, Dallas, they're the fastest operating offense in the National Football League. That was a little bit surprising to find that out today. You think of this team, you don't think of how fast they go, but that's part of their attack.
Prescott has time to survey and finds Cooper inside the 30, his 4th catch of the night. Good for 6 yards, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. They run the most plays, score the most points. At the 2-minute warning, tied at 17 all. Interesting contest developing here as well. 17 all, 2-minute warning. Cowboys have 2 timeouts. Flag comes in, free play for Dak. Down the sideline, and it's caught. Amari Cooper. Sasha able to knock him out. It's a gain of 26. I think that ball might have been tipped, and Cooper caught it anyway.
Offside. Defense, number 75. The penalty is declined. Play results in a first down.
This is a big-time catch from Amari Cooper. Yeah, you know you got the offside, so you know your quarterback is going to take a shot. So here comes the ball in the air. You know there's a safety back there, too. And it is tipped, and you maintain that concentration, knowing you're going to take that big shot. That's a big play.
First down and goal. Dak wants to throw for it. And out of bounds. You could see that. He was standing on the white when Cooper made the catch, working on Zach McPherson.
Well, that's a nasty route by Amari Cooper. Just look how he's able to change direction. Just that when he leaves his feet to kind of cradle the football, he floats out of bounds.
Right there, if he reaches out with his hands, Lewis, to catch that ball rather than coming into his body, that's a touchdown. You reach out with your hands, you can keep your feet on the ground.
Right.
Second down and goal from the 2. Prescott throwing for it again. Got it. Touchdown, Dalton Schultz. And the Cowboys go back up top.
You see the Cowboys are running a lot of these rub routes. We saw one earlier. Watch Schultz. You're going to get the rub from the outside right there from Cooper. Just a little bit. That was a lot more discreet than CeeDee Lamb earlier in the game. And it's an easy touchdown the flat.
He lured Kayvon Wallace to sleep just by delaying a little bit. Just looked inside, made you think, hey, maybe he's going to block. I'll take my eyes off him real quick, see what's happening with the ball, and he's gone. Smart play design.
Zerline on the extra point, and he missed it. The sixth missed point after touchdown of the season for Greg Zuerlein, and that's been a problem. Keep the score 23-17.
Watch Dalton Schultz right here. Just watch what he does. He just delays just for a second before shooting to the flat. And watch the safety, Kayvon Wallace, 42. You see his eyes? You see his eyes go inside to Ezekiel Elliott? That's all it takes. He's going to out-leverage you that quick if you peek inside. We talked about how fast things happen down here on the goal line in the red area. You have no margin for error. Dak Prescott says, yep. That's how we like it.
Dak was celebrating before that ball ever touched Schultz's hands. He knew that was going to be an easy 6, and that's all they get is the 6. Cowboys offense now scored a touchdown. 11 straight red zone drives. That's tied for the team's longest such streak in the last 25 years. They don't settle for field goals. They get touchdowns.
Well, they wanted to come into this game and get their rhythm back, get their swagger back offensively. And listen, it doesn't matter who's out there. You're going to play against who's on the field. And they've done that in this first half offensively. The big surprise to me is defensively, they have not played very well in this first half.
Here's Huntley for the Eagles. Trying to get a return. Stay on his feet. And the Eagles still have a couple timeouts. Here's a look at your NFC playoff picture. And we told you the Cowboys can still finish as the 2, 3, or 4 seed. They win tonight. They need a lot of help. They need help from everybody else. And the Eagles, if they win tonight and the Rams beat the Niners tomorrow, they'll get the 6th seed. There's another way, but as Nick Sirianni pointed out, it really doesn't matter to them. If they win or lose tonight in Philadelphia, they could still be 6 or 7. So that was his attitude in terms of personnel coming into tonight's game.
And in all likelihood, they're going to face the Buccaneers. That's the high probability to face the Bucs. And they've already lost to the Bucs once this year in Week 6. They lost 28-22.
And there is one crazy scenario in which the Eagles and Cowboys could meet in the wild card. Cowboys win tonight. Niners beat the Rams. Panthers beat the Bucs. That's the only scenario, Eagles-Cowboys in a wild card showdown. Flag comes in. Going to be offside there.
Offside. Defense number 93. The 5-yard penalty results in the first down.
Okay, you're going to see Terrell Basham right here. Trying to jump the snap there against Dillard.
Minshew. Out to the 45, pickup of 4, and clock will wind. 60 seconds left.
That's where you want Gardner Minshew to climb the pocket, but keep his eyes downfield rather than go down there with a minimal gain, and the clock keeps running.
Flag comes in. That's going to be holding. See if they got Opeta.
Holding. Offense number 77. 10-yard penalty. Will be second down.
That's Dillard.
You're going to see Dillard against Basham again. You see he has a nice set on him. Nice, good spot. Has him locked out now as Minshew climbs the pocket and Basham tries to disengage. That's where he grabs him. 3/4 of the down, he played it perfectly. Just that last part.
2nd and 16. Pushed back inside the 35. That ball is knocked down. Wanted to go to Greg Ward Jr. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, you can sense the frustration in Gardner Minshew. He's played pretty well in this first half, and with a great opportunity with a little under 2 minutes here before halftime. You know, they are sputtering, they're stalling, and this is a missed opportunity for him, and you can see his body language get affected by that.
Cowboys have been great in this spot, though. Dallas has allowed 6 points, 2 field goals in the final 2 minutes of the first half this entire season. This is where they shine. 3rd and 16. Stuntling up front, and they're going to take Minshew down. DeMarcus Lawrence got there. He'll do a push-up and a timeout. Clock stopped with 27 seconds left.
You're just going to see DeMarcus Lawrence come inside on the tackle, and you're just going to see him right here at the bottom of your screen. Just watch him there. He's just going to go inside. They're going to run an ET. You see he's the penetrator. Gallimore trying to wrap outside of him, and he's just going to keep on pushing. Just keep on pushing. Keep on pushing. Just assault the pocket. Gardner has nowhere to go with it. But Dan Quinn told us, look, Cam Chancellor was the tone setter in Seattle when he was the defensive coordinator there. He said that guy for this defense is DeMarcus Lawrence. But the tempo he plays with, the physicality he plays with, the attitude he plays with, you can see it right there.
They put a few more seconds back on the clock. Sipas will come out and punt it away. CeeDee Lamb is back deep for the Cowboys. Dallas just 1 timeout remaining. Cowboys do get the football to start the second half. Shank that one. Lamb running up. And they're going to start in plus territory.
Jeez.
Cowboys have an opportunity here to get some more points at the plus 43.
Yeah, complete breakdown here from the Eagles right before half. You go on offense and you have an opportunity and Gardner Minshew eats the ball 3 plays in a row, and then your kicker comes out and shanks one off the side with a 22-yard punt.
You can see the ball just seems like it left his hand in a weird angle. And Dallas will get the ball at the start of the second half as well.
They're already in Zerline's range. They say that after he missed the extra point. Here's Prescott, steps and fires, and it's caught. Cedric Wilson. That number 1 in blue flashes coming across the middle. And a timeout. Good for 28 yards. Wilson's had himself a really nice first half.
This was a really confident throw from Dak Prescott. Watch when he releases this ball. He's going to release it right now, and look at where he's throwing that football. He is anticipating Wilson, to go up and get that football. If he doesn't make that throw perfectly, it's an interception behind Wilson. So that's the trust I was talking about earlier in this game with Dak and his receivers. Throwing them open, throwing them into holes, and trusting that his receivers are going to get there. That was a great example.
Yeah, and on the part of the Eagles defense, look, that's poor situational awareness as far as their underneath coverage in that cover two. You know here that they're going to try and push the ball down the field and get in the scoring range. You got to get more depth as a second-level defender. They're caught staring at Dak Prescott. Big play over their head.
From the Eagles 15. Cowboys out of timeout, 16 seconds left. Prescott throwing. And it is caught. Blake Jarwin. They get out of bounds. First catch for Jarwin tonight is good for 6. Jarwin had missed the last 2 months with a hip injury and a really good day at practice. Couple of good days this past week, and he hasn't played since Halloween. They're thrilled to get him back.
That's a big addition to this offense. Not only that vertical presence down the middle of the field when teams play them in too deep because of the receivers, Jarwin has the speed to get vertical down the middle, but he's also very good in the run game.
Prescott throwing end zone, and that goes look like through the hands of Jarwin that time. Jacoby Stevens had the coverage.
That's exactly what we're talking about. You had 2 safeties, and Jarwin with the speed right down the middle of the field. They love to use him that way, just off a bit. Could have caught that one.
I don't know what Jacoby Stevens was looking at. It looked like a cover 2. He's just carrying the middle read player down the middle of the field, just playing like he's man-to-man. Wondering what he was looking at to his outside.
Third and 4. Middle of the end zone, caught. Touchdown, Dalton Schultz. And a 22-yard punt by the Eagles has entirely changed the complexion of this one.
And they went after Jacoby Stevens again, and just watch Dalton Schultz. This time he's just going to come up, and then he's just going to stop on him. You're going to see Stevens play high on him, meaning he tries to cushion him a little bit more just in case he takes him vertical. And all Schultz does is just put on the brakes, push him off a little bit. Easy touchdown.
And that's a great call, because the play before you had Blake Jarwin run past the linebacker, and you come right back. If they play over the top, just run the hook underneath for the easy score.
Zerline on that extra point, gets it through, and Tony Romo's got some company. Most passing touchdowns in a single season in Dallas history. And Dak Prescott, he's got a 4-touchdown half tonight, fellas. Got a chance to break the record in the third quarter.
Yeah, when this offense is hot, they've been really hot. And the problem is it hasn't been consistent. And the last 4, 5, 6 weeks of the season have been really inconsistent. And they had a stretch where they won 3 games in a row against the Saints, Washington, and the Giants. And their defense turned the ball over 4 times in each one of those games. And the offense didn't uphold their end of the bargain. And they weren't able to convert in the red zone consistently. And they won those games, but nobody thought, looking at that offense, that they were in rhythm. And they've come out tonight, and they have been in rhythm, albeit against the backups for the Eagles.
But this is why they wanted to play their starters, to get into that rhythm, to get that good feeling going into postseason play.
Yeah, style points matter in this game. We talked about it in the beginning of the telecast. It doesn't matter necessarily who they were going against. They knew they were going against backups. It's more about them. You hear players talk about it all the time. Coaches talk about it all the time. It's more about what we do, not about what they do. They've got to be happy with it tonight.
Cowboys have now scored points on all 5 of their possessions in the first half. And this was a kind of game that was sort of no win for Dallas, right? Because they were going up against the backups. They had to show out tonight. And really, that 22-yard punt really changes everything now.
We'll find out. We'll find out about Dallas's offense next week, okay? Whether they play the Rams or whether they play Arizona, the 2 likeliest opponents. We'll see if they can. The rematch against Arizona, that defense really frustrated Dak Prescott and Kellen Moore.
Minshew will take a kneel down. And that's how we'll go to the locker room. A few minutes ago, this was a very different game. And now it's 30-17, Cowboys at halftime. Stay tuned for the USAA Insurance halftime coming up next.
USA, this is Stephanie.
Hi, this is Robert. I'd like to get up to 30% off my auto insurance with Safe Pilot.
I can help you with that. What's your member number?
87.
It should be between 5 and 12 digits.
Busted. This is Super Bowl champion Rob Gronkowski. I'm not a member.
Mr. Gronkowski, USAA is for the military community and their families. That's what makes us special.
Oh, but I'm special.
USAA, it's still only for the military community.
Dallas is all in tonight. And the Eagles strike first. Second touchdown for Wilson tonight. Gainwell into the end zone. Middle of the end zone, caught. Touchdown. Out of the half, roaring into the third quarter, 30-17 in favor of the Cowboys, and Dak Prescott had himself a half. 4 passing touchdowns in the first half for the second time in his last 3 weeks. He hadn't done that in his first 82 career games.
Yeah, he had 4 in the first half against Washington a couple of weeks ago, and he's been on point. He's been aggressive. He's been accurate. Cedric Wilson's had a heck of a first half with 2 touchdowns, and they've been throwing the ball down the field, Lewis.
Yeah, they sure have. They've schemed them up pretty good here. You're going to see here with a split safety look, linebackers don't get enough depth. And the deep crossers have really been a problem for the Philadelphia Eagles secondary, and Dak has just taken advantage of it. And then just good scheming down here in the red zone on the touchdown to Schultz, really getting after Jacoby Stevens. They're just exploiting him, which is exactly what you expect them to do.
5 possessions tonight by the Cowboys, 5 scoring drives, some of them very long, and Dallas gets the football to start the third quarter here, and you're right. What you would expect them to do, you have to factor in who Philadelphia is playing tonight.
Yeah, listen, the Cowboys came in and they were frustrated from a week ago, and they wanted to get this momentum. They wanted to get their swagger back, and 4 touchdowns going up and down the field. They've run the ball effectively with Ezekiel Elliott. On top of that, I think they accomplished that in the first half.
Yeah, look, I like to say style doesn't matter in the NFL. Well, it did tonight. They needed to win and win convincingly, play clean football, no penalties. They kind of got some things ironed out. Dak was a little bit off target on the first couple throws, but now he's in his groove. Now you just wonder, can the defense kind of match it too? They need to go ahead and clamp down on the Philadelphia run game, because that's been the lone bright spot really for the Eagles tonight.
And again, the Cowboys, if everything plays out the way they need it to and they hang on and win here tonight, get some help tomorrow, the Cowboys could jump up as high as the 2 seed in the NFC. Eagles are locked into 6 or 7 in terms of seeding in the NFC, and that will not be impacted by them winning or losing tonight. Here's Corey Clement catching it on the run. Had a nice first half. He's out to the 30, and flag comes in.
During the return, holding number 37 of the return team. Penalty is 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
And here's Lisa Salters.
Steve, for the Cowboys, tonight's game was about establishing a rhythm heading into the playoffs, and Mike McCarthy told me that he liked the rhythm that he saw from the offense in the first half. He said scoring on every drive in that first half, but he said defensively he wants to see them shut down the run and get some takeaways. I asked him how much longer Dak Prescott and the starters would play tonight, and he said they were going to talk about it in the locker room, but probably, he said, at least the third quarter. Steve?
All right, Lisa, thanks. Dak's in there, and he hands off to Ezekiel Elliott. He'll be out to the 18-yard line, pick up a 6.
They come right back out and try to establish some more of this inside running game, weak side counter run, double team at the point of attack, and big Zach Martin leading the way. Look, Mike McCarthy said, I mean, he obviously he was pretty loud and clear last night about the fact that this is what they wanted to do. They've come right out here in the second half, starting it off again.
And they got McGovern, the guard, at fullback again.
Put it in Elliott's body. Not that time. Milton Williams, the rookie, having a really nice game of that Eagles defense.
And this has been a problem. Watch La'el Collins. His performance in the run game has been inconsistent. Look at Williams. He stands him up and then sheds him to the side. And that is a rookie defensive tackle that, yes, the Eagles are excited about, but for an offense that is trying to get back on track, La'el Collins got to be a little bit more stout in the run game.
3rd down and 4. Eagles rush 4. Dak in some trouble, able to escape. He'll throw to Elliott, and he's going to be just short of the marker. Pick up a 3.
Yeah, they just take Milton Williams and move him on out to right tackle and say, hey, Terrence Steele, watch this. Why don't you come get some of this too? Now I'm just going to take you and bull rush you right back into Dak's lap and almost reach around him and sack him. Look, Milton Williams is one of these guys. Look, he is a freak athlete. Now, he has got some crazy testing numbers coming out of La Tech this year in the draft. 6'3", 284 pounds, 4'6", in the 40, a 39-inch vertical jump for a guy that big. This guy is, he's got it going on.
You get him in the rotation with Fletcher Cox and Javon Hargrave, and it's dynamic.
First look at Brian Anger tonight. The Cowboys, and Greg Ward Jr. is dropped immediately by C.J. Goodwin. And a flag comes in. See if we get a block in the back there. Anger's first punt of the night.
Yeah, Goodwin came in and obviously hit him low. Question is, was he pushed into him? I think that's what they're talking about right now.
It's a 44-yard punt by Anger.
Kerry Vincent, number 34, for the Eagles, was the one who pushed him.
During the kick, illegal block in the back by the receiving team, number 36. The penalty is 10 yards from the end of the kick. Philadelphia's ball, 1st and 10. Timeout on the field.
He's going to look at the block in the back. Here's your two-handed shove. It's been a complete turnaround for the Dallas Cowboys defense this season. A Dallas defense that was public enemy #1 last year, giving up nearly 30 points per game and causing minimal turnovers. There's a new sheriff in town. His name's not Reggie Hammond, it's Dan Quinn. Look at the badge on Dan Quinn. That's a big badge.
The belt buckle.
The Diaz showing flashes of playing at a championship level. Get a 141-point improvement. And you know people are going to come calling about Dan Quinn. They'd be interested in him being a head coach again. And he just seems so happy, so joyful as the defensive coordinator of the Cowboys. You understand why.
And he told us he was in a bad spot. You know, at the middle of last year, getting let go in season by the Atlanta Falcons, and he did a lot of soul searching as to how he could be better as a coach, as a defensive coordinator, as a person, and he learned a lot during that time, and he has come back with a abandon, and he has had a huge impact on this Cowboys defense.
Yeah, he solicited outside opinion on himself both professionally and personally. He took it very serious, asked the tough questions, listened to the hard answers, and he made the corrections. And I think he'll be ready to rock and roll whenever he decides to take another head coaching job.
Falcons started 0-5 a year ago, and he was dismissed on October the 11th.
Yeah, Jacksonville, listen, they wanted to talk to him.
Yep.
And they wanted to talk to Kellen Moore, too. And Kellen Moore had an interview with the Jacksonville Jaguars last night, actually. I talked to him on the field. He had about a 2-hour conversation with Jacksonville, and I think it was interesting, just a little insight into Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn decided, you know what, Jacksonville is not something I want to do right now, and I want to do that interview, but I'm going to help Kellen Moore with the interview process because I've been through it. And so he actually went through a mock interview with Kellen Moore this week just to get him ready. That's what Dan Quinn is all about. That's the kind of person he is. I thought that was a great example.
You hear about reps all the time in football on the field. Need some reps in the interview process as well. Minshew ahead on 3rd and 2. The sneak for the first down.
I think there's no question that Dan Quinn knows that this time around, he knows exactly what kind of situation he's looking for that really will set him up for success. And then, you know what, and if you're in a position to be choosy and you can be very selective, then you should be. This isn't his first rodeo. He knows exactly what he's looking for, and hey, it could be worse things than being a defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys with the kind of weapons they have.
You're not going to get many third chances, so if you've already been a head coach, you better make sure that that second chance is the right one.
Jason Huntley, another first down by Leighton Vander Esch.
Jason Huntley's saying, you ain't getting no second chance on me. Check this out. Look at him go. I mean, he has been impressive tonight as far as his vision, his acceleration, his balance, his power on contact.
This is a loaded team at the running back position. You talk about Miles Sanders, and Boston Scott, Jordan Howard, Kenny Gainwell, a rookie. So this kid, you know, he's been buried.
They're still hoping to get Sanders back out with that hand injury. Had a chance to nail him in the backfield. Huntley able to fight through it. KZ makes the stop.
Well, that's a nice job of tracking the ball carrier inside out by KZ. He came from the middle of the field, and you're just going to see him just kind of play it perfectly. Perfect pace, perfect tempo. You see Hooker trying to track him down on the outside, and KZ right there. That's a great play. It looks like a routine play, but I can tell you that's harder than it looks. Real good tackle by the free safety.
KZ was drafted in the 5th round in 2017 by Atlanta and Dan Quinn. 6th straight rushing attempt by the Eagles. Jason Huntley, and pick up a 3 on the play.
Nice play by Osa Odigizua. He's a young player, young rookie that has become an important part of Dan Quinn's defensive line. That rotation of 8 guys that come in, Odigizua out of UCLA, talked about with Dan Quinn about him. He said he was in kind of a square stance in college, and they needed to get him more explosive and up the field and more disruptive. And he's been a quick learner.
3rd down and 3. That's Ward in motion. Minshew on the run. Off his back foot. DeMarcus Lawrence and Tristan Hill had the pressure for the Cowboys. Again, no Micah Parsons tonight. No Trayvon Diggs. This defense will look very different in the playoffs for the Cowboys.
Micah Parsons, he has just taken the league by storm as far as his versatility and just his explosive one-on-one playmaking ability. And Trayvon Diggs, he's proven he will snatch your heart out with his interceptions, although he has to be more consistent in coverage.
Eagles going on 4th and 3. Able to complete and turn it upfield.
Oh, nice.
Quez Watkins. First down in favor of the Eagles, pickup of 11. Creative yards after the catch.
Watch Watkins just work down the line of scrimmage. Nice job by Gardner of finding an open receiver. And watch, he just keeps running lateral and outrunning the pursuit and really just breaking everybody's angles that they have on him. You see Keanu Neal miss him. Vander Esch misses him. I was wondering if he was going to get that first.
Yeah, you don't like to see him go the wrong direction and catch the ball before the sticks on a 4th down, but he made it work.
From the Dallas 39. Here's Huntley. Turn the corner, and Jordan Lewis there, along with Luke Gifford. Pick up a 1.
We mentioned Quez Watkins, and I think Philadelphia is looking for another receiver, obviously opposite of Devontae Smith. And Jalen Reagor's been a disappointment. There's no question about that. Quez Watkins has been kind of a revelation in the 6th round, and he's made some plays. And Greg Ward, I think Greg Ward needs to get more opportunities in this offense as they get into the playoffs to take some of the pressure off Dallas Goedert.
10th play of the drive, taking 5 minutes off the clock. And the completion. There's Reagor, as if he was listening to you.
Yeah, well, he needs to make more plays, and he needs to do it consistently enough. And, he's had good games, but then he's had games where, like the Giant game at the end, where it's just all come crashing down, and the city of Philadelphia comes crashing down on him.
21st pick overall in the 2020 draft, Jalen Reagor. At a TCU, had a couple of late drops there.
Well, and he'll always be compared to Justin Jefferson, and that's not fair to the kid, but that's just the reality of it.
3rd and 2. Minshew takes a look, surveys, able to complete. First down. Quez Watkins, the go-to guy. Eagles on the march.
I just love Gardner Minshew's poise, in his field vision, in his composure in the pocket. You see him look front side, there's nothing there. He comes back, he sees Quez Watkins coming across the field, just puts it on him so he can catch and run. Look, we said at the beginning of this telecast that this was a nice audition for Gardner Minshew. As Jalen Hurts looks on from the sideline, you couldn't ask anything more of him up to this point.
Minshew's got another year left on his rookie contract. It looks to throw on first down. Looking for the end zone, and it's dropped. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside had it, and then he didn't, and a flag. Check the marker. Maybe this will help explain how he got so wide open. Let's see.
I love the throw from Gardner Minshew, understanding he had man-to-man and throw it on the back shoulder and let Whiteside go up and get it. And you got to make this play. This is another one of those lightning rods at the position for Philadelphia.
There is no foul on the play for offensive pass interference. It's an incomplete pass. 2nd down.
And either way, this crowd was going to let Arcega-Whiteside know that they're displeased with that because he's been one that's been inconsistent as well.
He has 1 career receiving touchdown in 40 career games.
He was a 2nd-round draft pick a couple of years back. You know, between him and Jalen Reagor, it's been a really tough time getting this receiving crew put together.
2nd and 10 from the 22. Minshew the pump. And Huntley got turned around, couldn't hang on. A flag comes in from the secondary.
Well, we've had a couple of offensive pass interference tonight that were missed, and I think they're going to finally get one.
I think Arcega-Whiteside's going to be in the crosshairs again.
There's a certain feel to playing, this position of wide receiver and doing these routes. And
pass interference. Offense, number 19. That penalty is declined. Play results in 3rd down.
They were looking at OPI on the previous play, and they didn't throw it. They picked up that flag, and they get him there.
That's just too obvious.
You got to make it look like you're running a route.
I mean, that looks like a basket. I mean, it's not basketball. You can't do that. So, I mean, you can't set a pick.
Fourteenth play of this drive. On 3rd and 10, Reagor has got his palms in the air. 4th down.
It's the first time I've seen Gardner Minshew really, not set his feet and be off balance and be inaccurate behind the receiver. See, watch his feet. When he's going backwards, it's really hard to be accurate, and your momentum takes you that way, and the ball ends up behind the receiver.
What a frustrating sequence of plays, though. I mean, they had a touchdown in the end zone.
Yep.
And you just commit, errors. You have another penalty. That's frustrating.
Since week 8, top scoring kicker in the NFL is Jake Elliott. And he adds to that with a 40-yard field goal. 10-point game. Tonight's aerial coverage is brought to you by Goodyear from South Philadelphia. The latest episode of Man in the Arena, Tom Brady's first-hand account of each of his 10 Super Bowl seasons, will be available on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern on ESPN+. This week, a breakdown of the Super Bowl 53 season, that was 2018. To get ESPN+, go to ESPNplus.com or download the ESPN app.
Thanks for the cheesesteaks the other night.
Yeah.
That was nice of you to do, Leaves.
When in Philadelphia, you got to have cheesesteaks.
What's your favorite?
Well, people have a lot of preferences, but I'm a Delco steaks guy myself.
Oh, okay.
Try to take care of the people.
You didn't send one to my house?
Yeah. Thanks for coming to the game, Louis.
Yeah, that's what happens when you work from home.
Home game.
No, it's easy to look, get people's addresses, Steve, and send stuff to their home. I did
Wouldn't
it.
have been hot.
I did it for you.
Tanguy able to make the play, and there's a player down. That's Tyler Coyle being attended to for the Cowboys. And we'll step out. Tyler Coyle still being attended to. Down to Lisa.
Steve, I'll get you an injury update on Coyle when I can. But before that, Eagles linebacker Sean Bradley left the game late in the second quarter with a shoulder injury. He was initially listed as questionable, but has now been downgraded to out, will not return.
Or at least thank you. Already without Singleton and Avery, starting linebackers for the Eagles, both on the COVID list.
Yeah,
right.
We talked about, winning and seeding and all that, but make no mistake, goal number one for both these teams tonight was to get out of here without any more injuries a week before the playoffs start.
Under 6 to play, third quarter. Dallas by 10. Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott still in there. And Zeke has the football out to the 20. It's been 11 straight games without a 100-yard game for Ezekiel Elliott. And over the last 10 games, his best game statistic-wise, rushing 55 yards. He's got 66 on the night tonight on 12 carries. Out to the 25. It's going to be just short. Bring up a third down and short again. Zeke through the years. He just bursts upon the scene as a rookie, averaging over 104 yards per game, and this season averaging just 57 yards per game. And again, Tony Pollard has played a lot, taken away a lot of carries from Elliott, and Pollard is not in there tonight. He's back in Dallas with a foot injury. On 3rd and 1. There's Zeke, easily able to pick up the first down.
We talk about Tony Pollard and talk about taking carries away. Tony Pollard has earned those carries, and he needs to be a part of this offense. And Zeke and Pollard have a great relationship. They are two of the same type. They want to help this team win. They understand they have different skill sets. Zeke more in between the tackles, downhill, and Tony Pollard brings that perimeter game and catching the ball out of the backfield, and they're going to need both of them to win in the playoffs.
Prescott off the play fake. He's throwing. That's behind Elliott. Incomplete. Down to Lisa.
Yes, Steve, I was talking to Zeke this week about his relationship with Tony Pollard, and he said, we are super cool, super tight. We're brothers. He said, our relationship has done nothing but grow over the last 3 years. I understand that TP makes me better. He understands that I make him better. So, for everyone out there looking to get a gift for that person who has everything, I asked Zeke, if you guys are so tight, what'd you get him for Christmas? He said, I got him crypto. So that's the go-to gift, guys, crypto.
There we go.
Cheesesteak or crypto?
That's a tough one. Right?
Fluctuates, as you know. Teron Jackson, rookie out of Coastal Carolina. He's played very well in the second half of the season for the Eagles.
Look, getting back to Ezekiel, look, he needs Tony Pollard. Zeke has carried the ball over 1,400 times since he came into the league in 2016, and that's going to have natural wear and tear on you. He's not going to be the same as he was a couple years ago.
On 3rd and 7, free play. Across the middle, Cedric Wilson. And he's been wide receiver one tonight. He goes over 100 receiving yards. 37 there. We'll check the marker.
They're going to get
offside.
Alvo offside.
Defense, number 59. The penalty is declined. The play results in a first down.
Another great look at Cedric Wilson. We talked about this throwing lane. Right here is where Dak wants to throw that football before the linebacker can come off. And no Michael Gallup, but Cedric Wilson is a name that people need to begin to start to recognize. And with all the attention on the other two receivers in this offense, and the tight end Schultz and the backs. Cedric Wilson is going to get premier looks, especially in the middle of the field as this season comes to a close.
Fourth-year player out of Boise State, already having a career game. Just got that snapped. It's Corey Clement. Cedric Wilson had 2 touchdown catches in his first 22 NFL games. He's got 2 touchdown catches tonight.
Look, Kellen Moore and Mike McCarthy, they're smart people. They see Jacoby Stevens out there playing linebacker. They know that in college, this guy was a safety at LSU. And they got him playing linebacker now. They're going to run and play action him to death and attack that middle of the field, the second level. And that's where Cedric Wilson has been feasting tonight.
3 of his 5 catches for a first down tonight. Second down and 6. Zeke spinning.
But probably more important than anything is Cedric Wilson is developing the trust relationship with Dak Prescott. And that's invaluable. If you don't have that, you have nothing. I don't care how good a receiver you think you are. If you don't have the trust of the quarterback in big-time situations and big-time moments, the ball's not going to come your way. And as the playoffs start next week, Cedric Wilson is making deposits with Dak on that relationship.
53.
Here's Zeke. And that should get him over 1,000 yards on the season. Ezekiel Elliott. Said it's still kind of meaningful. When you break into the league, you're a running back. You want to have a 1,000-yard rushing season. And there it is. And again, all these stats.
Still kind of meaningful? That's a lot of yards, man. Listen, coming into week 18, there were only 5 running backs with 1,000 yards.
But, we keep adding regular season games. And these stats and season stats will be impacted.
Yeah.
Like this being the highest scoring Cowboys team in history. Dallas history. Zeke's still running hard. McPherson forced him out.
That looked like a play that maybe could have gone the distance had Lyle Collins made his block out on the perimeter. And you could hear it up here that he was disappointed that he missed the block on the edge. But you just got to love the fact that Dallas is continuing to work its entire arsenal of the run game. Inside zone, outside zone, powers, counters, the whole thing. They're calling everything on the menu tonight.
On 2nd and 9. Clement out of the backfield for a couple. Kayvon Wallace made the stop. In case you're wondering, Dak Prescott has never had a 5-touchdown game. 4 touchdown passes in the first half tonight. So we hit the final half minute of the third quarter.
Well, he spread the ball around pretty good. Cedric Wilson, Dalton Schultz, they've gotten some catches. This third down, I might go back to my old reliables. Where's Amari Cooper? Where's CeeDee Lamb? Got Lamb down here.
3rd and 7. Goes to Clement. Pushed out short. Wallace got there for 6. Needed 7.
But it's interesting, isn't it? Clement's a third back, and they're throwing him the football before they throw the ball to CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper here in crunch time situations.
Quarter will come to an end. Cowboys and Eagles will take the long walk. 10-point game as we head to the fourth quarter in South Philadelphia.
Dallas, we hate you. How about them Cowboys?
Who the hell are the Cowboys? We beat them every time we play.
If I could have stood on my 2 legs, I would have ducked them.
It's the Eagles and the Cowboys. There is bad blood.
Could be the greatest rivalry in the NFL. Could be. 28th regular season primetime meeting since 1970. That ties the Raiders and the Chargers for the most primetime appearances for any rivalry. However, the Raiders and Chargers, they're going to pass that. They'll play again tomorrow night in primetime on NBC. So we open up the fourth quarter, and we do so on a 4th and 1. And it's Corey Clement for first down yardage. Be first and goal. Cowboys looking to add to their 10-point lead.
And when in doubt, run right behind Zach Martin. Here he is right here. And there's no question. There may have been some ups and downs with this offensive line during the course of this season, but there has been no up and down with Zach Martin.
There's an injured Eagle. That's Marvin Wilson, rookie out of Florida State. We'll be back with first and goal. Constantly reminding Lewis and Brian there are 3 teams on the field every single night. And we want to say congratulations to Mark Steinkirchner in his 28th year as an NFL official. Worked 2 Super Bowls, and tonight is his last regular season game. Congratulations, Mark, on a career well done.
That's really cool. 28 years doing this job. That's not, and we know that's not an easy job.
You've been yelled at a lot in 28 years. First down and goal for the Cowboys. It's Cooper in motion. Dak throwing that way, and it's Clement into the end zone. And the 5th touchdown pass of the night for Dak Prescott, a career high and a record-setting mark.
Look, if you're playing some type of cover 4 with split safeties here, and you see the corner here, you have to have some kind of communication about when the route declares when you get number 1, which is Amari Cooper going inside and Clement going to the flat. You can't do, you see the safety disappointed there as far as how they played it and how they passed off the distribution.
Zerline has the extra point.
Well, that's a nice, easy, simple route combination from a defensive perspective that you should be able to defend. And if you're Dak Prescott, you've now got 5.
That's pretty. That's high school football right there, playing that coverage and,
sure is.
and knowing as a corner. But Dak will take it.
Move over, Tony. And Dak has 37 on the season. The 5 touchdowns tonight, a career high. We asked Prescott, hey, if Philadelphia doesn't play their top guys, plays their backups, how does that impact you? He said, not really. It doesn't impact us. We do what we do. But he did say, I will thank Philadelphia for helping us get rolling.
Yeah.
And they're clearly rolling now, and will roll right into postseason play, whether they're seed 2, 3, or 4 in the NFC.
Yeah, and I think that's probably the last we'll see of Dak Prescott tonight. But they checked all the boxes they needed to tonight to get, at least give themselves a chance next week to get back on track and to feel good about themselves, get some confidence, be able to communicate to each other in preparation for this first playoff game. And listen, it's the first playoff game for these guys together with Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott and Kellen Moore. So, they have an opportunity next week to build off this.
If there's anybody more deserving of everything good that's coming to him than Dak Prescott, I don't know who it is. And this is a guy who you cheer for, you root for. You're happy to see him have nights like tonight.
Huntley, get out to the 30-yard line. That's where the Eagles will take over.
You just...
Burger King of the night moment. A lot of them for Dak tonight.
Yeah, Philly made it easy for him in many instances. But at the same time, they had some great plays dialed up, Ryan, for what they were trying to do defensively. And Dak just took advantage of it like the pro he is.
Yeah, and, I think the comeback player of the year, he's certainly the front runner for that. I would also put Joe Burrow up there with the injury that he came back from. Both of those injuries were gruesome, and you got to give both of those guys credit.
First minute, 4th quarter. Minshew comes out firing and sailed it over Quez Watkins' head.
Yeah, you just see the stat line right there. That's pretty. 21 to 27, almost 300 yards, 5 touchdowns, no turnovers. Look, that's the kind of thing that they wanted to do as far as how they were executing, playing a clean football game. That's the kind of stat line I know Dak Prescott wanted to see.
And coming out of this game, it's not going to be the stat line that he's really most concerned with. It's going to be, how can I communicate with my guys now from this standpoint, right? Look, We went up against these backups. Let me go to sit down right next to my receivers and say, listen, this is what needs to happen going forward. When we need to be on the same page, both on the field and off the field, by the way. Everything going on with COVID. He has got to take control of this team. It has to be from Dak Prescott. And a great example was, Amari and CeeDee Lamb going to the basketball game.
Yeah, they went to go to Dirk Nowitzki night, go see the Mavericks, and, caught some heat for that, all the COVID protocols. And, we sort of asked Dak about that when we talked to him yesterday and said, well, how did you handle that? And I thought he was going to talk about how he handled it after the fact. Well, you see different kinds of leadership. And Minshew's going to be taken down. Another sack. Third sack of the night. Basham able to get to him. But Prescott, instead of saying about after the fact, the conversation, he said, I should have been ahead of it.
Yeah.
I should have realized there was chatter. Hey, big night in town with Dirk having his number retired, being honored. Let me get to my guys and say, hey, guys, do we really want to be in that spot? And so I was so impressed by Dak Prescott's leadership. And that came really just days after Micah Parsons had gone to a sporting event. And he got nailed with the COVID too.
Yeah, he went to the Mavs game against Denver on Monday, and then CD and Amari went on Wednesday.
Look, he has great awareness, Dak Prescott. No question about that. He's a natural-born leader. And you could tell he took it to heart. He said, look, he will be better for it, and he will be able to serve his team even better going forward, which is exactly what they need as they head into the playoffs.
Here's Tyree Jackson coming off the field in pain and flat out angry.
Well,
show you how he did it.
Watch his right knee. He tries to stop here, his momentum, and it just kind of buckles on him. He's got a brace already on that knee. And listen, this is a young man who was a quarterback at the University of Buffalo and come back from injury, broke a bone in his back. He was on IR, and he finally got his NFL debut on November 7th of this year. And he had started to play a lot in the 3 tight end packages for Nick Sirianni. So if he's not able to be healthy for this postseason run, that's a hit to this team.
Made his first NFL catch tonight and was for a touchdown. Now he's out injured. Cooper Rush into the game at quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. That's Corey Clement. And he'll pick up 2.
Well, it was fun watching Cooper Rush against the Minnesota Vikings this year. It was family and prime time and a game that they needed. And Minnesota's a good football team, and he played outstanding. Ideal backup quarterback for Dak Prescott.
He's got the Cowboys at midfield. Here's Corey Clement having himself a night as well. Longest run of the night for the Cowboys. Down to the Philadelphia 12. That's good for 37 more yards.
Look, you just see great combo blocking right here, one-on-one blocking here, working up to the next level, and he's just out the gate. I mean, that's how you do it when you run these inside zones. These combo blocks. And you see there, he can just make the defender miss in the hole. Corey Clement, you see how he's rocked up and put together. You're not going to get him with arm tackles. Just great execution.
Wilson in motion. Clement take a loss there. Mentioned that game. Cooper stepped up and Dak was out week 8 against the Vikings. 24 of 40, 325 and 2 touchdowns, including a game-winning touchdown pass that went to Amari Cooper with 51 seconds left. And that's how the Cowboys win 20-16. And you need to have 2 quarterbacks. And when your starter goes down, you need a guy who can be competent and win you a game to keep you in playoff position and keep your season sailing along.
Let the head coach sleep well at night with a guy like Cooper Rush.
Got it inside the 5. That's Jeremy Sprinkle. His first grab.
What you saw in that game against Minnesota was him being able to develop a rapport with Amari Cooper, with Cedric Wilson real quickly and be able to make some difficult throws into tight coverage and put it only where the receiver can catch it.
We saw that Cedric Wilson play 2 times tonight. The same one. And Cedric Wilson's still in the game, by the way, which I don't understand why he's in.
That is Ito Smith Ito Smith into the end zone for the touchdown. And the Cowboys will tack it on.
That's this good old power football right there. It's double teams at the point of attack, and we're just going to run it right down your throat. Terrence Steele, good block right there on Ridgeway. Nice tough run.
Here's Zerline on for the extra point.
We talk to talk.
Cowboys tired of hearing all about that Eagles running game, the top rushing attack in the NFL. Cowboys are running and passing tonight. Eye-popping statistics tonight and really all season for the 2021 Dallas Cowboys. First team in NFL history to have, well, all these accolades. Dak at 4,000, Zeke's over 1,000, CeeDee Lamb's got 1,000 receiving yards. The rookie, he's a rookie, Micah Parsons, over 10 sacks. And Trayvon Diggs in his second year, he's over 10 interceptions. That has not happened with any one team in NFL history.
You know what's cool about all those guys? All those guys draft picks, homegrown, draft, develop, get the most out of them. That's a great job right there by Dallas's scouting department and coaching staff.
And ownership, Jerry Jones. Let's look at a potential opponent for the Cowboys. Likely first opponent is Arizona. What about it?
Well, yeah, look at what Arizona and Vance Joseph did last week to Dak Prescott. They pressured him, but they also gave simulated looks. They want to eat up your backs, your tight end and your back, and that allows the offense only to get 3 players out against 7 defenders, and there's nowhere to go with the football. That was a core element of what Vance Joseph did last week. It frustrated Dak Prescott. It frustrated Kellen Moore. And if they play again in a week, you're going to see a lot more of that. You didn't see that tonight, okay? There's no way the Eagles were going to be able to do things like that tonight. But that's what they're going to have to play against, potentially in a week.
And it's picked off. Leighton Vander Esch for the Cowboys. Minshew threw it off the fingertips and leads to the interception. And the Cowboys are enjoying their night in Philadelphia. First turnover of the game.
You see Leighton Vander Esch right here. He's just trailing Richard Rodgers across the formation. You're going to see he keeps good eyes on the football, though, and just, hey, tips and overthrows, man.
That's a great
All stats count. All interceptions count.
And Arcega-Whiteside's tough night continues.
This Cowboys team, they led the league in interceptions this year. And I thought it was interesting. Dan Quinn talked with us about they have about 6 jugs machines that they have out, and it came from Mike McCarthy. Dan Quinn gave him credit. But not only the offensive players use the jug machines, the defensive players do as well.
This is Jaquan Hardy. His first carry of the night for the Dallas Cowboys. Pickup of 6. See what the Cowboys defense has done this season. Leading the NFL in a ton of ways. 34th takeover that breaks a tie with the Colts. 1971 is the last time the Cowboys led the league in takeaways.
Yeah, that right there,
long time.
That's an example. That interception by Vander Esch is an example of what Dan Quinn is talking about when he says make plays, don't chase plays.
Right.
But when they're there to make them, make them. The ball's in your hands, it touches your hands, come down with it. Great example.
Well, stop and start, and Hardy got rocked. Sachere for the Eagles for the loss. Fourth different running back for the Cowboys. Hardy comes out of Tiffin University, Division II. You know the Dragons.
Sure. Where's that? Tiffin University.
Yes.
Okay. Somebody will let us know.
It's Ohio, of course.
Oh, all right.
John Parolin reminding me of those Tiffin roots. Here's Hardy, breaking free and into the end zone for the touchdown. Jaquan Hardy, welcome to the game and the end zone.
Look, it's just great one-on-one blocking. And you're just going to see he's just going to read it. And then it's going to be one-on-one with the safety with Sachere, and he makes him miss right there. It's just good execution.
Extra point on the way, and good. Hardy's last competitive touchdown a couple of years ago against Kutztown University. And he just scored a touchdown on the Philadelphia Eagles. You see the scenarios for Dallas. They need to win. They need to get a lot of help. And they can finish 2, 3, or 4 in the NFC.
Yeah, and I think if you asked some of these Cowboys players, I think they would probably like to see Arizona again. That was a bad taste in their mouth from a week ago, and to get kind of an exact revenge in that short amount of time, I think would be their preference. It would be if it was mine.
I think when these guys are playing to their maximum, let's not even say maximum, when they're just playing efficient football, I don't think Dallas, it really matters where they go or who they play, because they have the tools to be able to deal with any of the teams in the NFL that they're going to face in the NFC. And I think that's what tonight really was about, right? I mean, that's what they talked about, how we play. Not who we're playing, not who's really on the field, but how we play. Clean football. Because when we saw them earlier in the year against the same Philadelphia Eagles football team, we left that stadium down there in Arlington and going, man, this team's for real. And they took off from there. I mean, they really did put together some good performances. And I think heading into the playoffs, they got to be as confident as anyone, no matter who they go against.
I know this. There's going to be a lot of teams in the NFC that are confident playing against the Dallas Cowboys because of how inconsistent they have been. You think the Cardinals aren't going to be confident after what they did to them a week ago? I mean, look at the 49ers. The 49ers, if they make it the way that they can run the football, the Rams, that's a talented team as well. So I think you could look at it the complete opposite to say people want to see the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, look, I'll tell you, you're right. Look, all these teams are going to be confident when they get in there. And if you're looking at the Cardinals as well, the Cardinals weren't doing anything up until this game against Dallas.
Right.
Remember, we thought they were having one of those late season just fold-ups like they had a year ago. Maybe they got things figured out.
But it's really not the best teams. It is who is playing the best.
There you go.
And you're right. The Cardinals were not playing their best, and nor were the Cowboys. And, yeah, they came out tonight and they did what they had to do. But I'm not so sure you would argue that they're playing their best either.
Jerry Jones will enjoy this one. 51 points is the second most ever by the Cowboys against the Eagles, and the most ever Dallas has scored here in Philadelphia. That's Huntley for no gain. This seems like a long time from week 3. You remember we went into that game and Nick Sirianni at the press conference with a Beat Dallas T-shirt leading up to that game, and then went out and they lost by 20 there. And now this will be a tough one. But listen, in the back of his mind, this possibility had to exist with what his strategy was, the players he was going to play tonight, and with the Cowboys going all in. You can see the T-shirt leading into that week 3 game. He embraced the rivalry.
Well, yeah,
that had a whole bunch of people in an uproar, man.
Minshew steps and fires, and it's caught. Watkins.
Well, Nick Sirianni's got his challenge ahead of him now too. Is to try to wrestle back momentum and pick up where you left off, because they won 4 games in a row coming into this one, and yeah, he rested a bunch of people. Now they're going to get healthy, both from COVID and some of the other injuries, and get Jalen Hurts' ankle as close to 100% as he possibly can. But that's not an easy task either. You can't just flip the switch. It's not that easy.
That's Andre Dillard, who is down for the Eagles. Philadelphia has yet to beat a team this season with a winning record. 9-1 against teams with losing records. They're about to go to 0-7, teams with winning records. Back in Philadelphia, the stadium has begun to empty out a little bit. And the Eagles on offense. And Gardner Minshew trying to fight through it with Philadelphia. See if they can make this score a little more respectable down the stretch. That's Gainwell. Sirianni told us a great story about Gardner Minshew when Nick was with the Colts, pre-draft interviewing Gardner Minshew, and he invited him to play a game of pig or horse. And Sirianni was winning the battle, and Minshew said, "Hey, coach, now Minshew's all dressed up as he dresses up, like a job interview." He said, "You mind if I take my shirt off? I want to get more comfortable." So bare-chested, he's playing horse on a job interview against Nick Sirianni. And Sirianni wanted everyone to know that he still won, even after Minshew took his shirt off. But you can visualize that, can't you?
Yeah, he said, "Hey, man," he said, "Hey, you mind if I pop this shirt off?"
And I'm sure it was a fine-looking dress shirt, too. Maybe a little tight, but yeah, good-looking.
Nick is a good storyteller, man. He was saying, like, you could tell that Gardner was into it. And he said, but I got some game, so I knew I was going to beat him. I was working him pretty good.
Gardner's got a style all his own, too.
He put the jorts on, too? Let's just go back to rock, paper, scissors, okay?
On 2nd and 3. Minshew steps up, hit as he throws. Armstrong got to him, providing the pressure. We were walking around the field pregame. I counted about 10 to 15 of these kind of guys. Fans who all look like Gardner Minshew. He's gonna be popular wherever he goes. He's that kind of guy, that kind of player.
He's fun, talking to him on the field before the game. He was looking forward to the opportunity. He understands the position that he's in, and but you have to relish these opportunities. And he's played good football. He's played good football in some really bad situations down in Jacksonville, and he just wants a shot. And the moment with his dad after the Jets game was phenomenal. If you haven't seen it, this is them after he had that big win, and that's just love, man, and passion.
Lisa and I were talking to him on the field. He told us there were no words exchanged, like they were just in each other's feelings, They didn't have to say anything, but they knew what he meant. Minshew played terrific, only 5 incompletions. He said his dad has been with him the whole ride, and inseparable. Extremely close father-son relationship. I want to see my kid hug me like that.
Yeah. But look at those numbers. 40 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. That ratio is outstanding.
Here's Lisa.
Yes, Steve, when Gardner was telling us about that moment with his dad, he says he remembers just being in the car with his dad when they got the call that Southern Miss was not going to offer him. He said the two of them were just bawling their eyes out then. So he said when the highs happen, like the Jets game, they're just as emotional. He said he describes his career so far as just been crazy. He's always had to prove himself, he said. But he said he's always been able to find an opportunity, and he believes that he will again.
The Eagles got him for a 6th-round pick. We all thought that was a pretty good deal for Philadelphia.
Yeah, there's no doubt he will have a market this offseason, depending upon how Philly tries to put together their quarterback room for 2022, how that's going to look at positions 1 and 2. We will assume that it'll be Jalen Hurts and maybe another young, developing type of quarterback behind him. We don't know what their interest is going to be in any of the veterans that may be on the move this offseason. But Minshew's going to be somewhere, and he's going to play good quality football, just like he has here for this team this year. And you just root for guys like that. So you root for guys who you know it means something to them. They're authentic. They have great relationships with everyone around them. He embodies all that.
3rd and 6. Minshew to Greg Ward. Couldn't get out of the tackle of Kelvin Joseph. It was 4th down.
Boy, I think it's telling that you got some of these receivers still out there, like Greg Ward. They're going to count on him to make some plays in the postseason. Or Jalen Reagor's still out there, Watkins still out there. That tells you something about what they're trying to figure out with this receiving core opposite of Devontae Smith.
Smith was in the game early, wound up setting the all-time rookie receiving record in a single season for the Eagles, breaking Deshaun Jackson's record, and then Sirianni got Smith out of the game. 4th and 4. Able to complete. It's Gainwell for 9 out of the backfield. Gainwell's going to feel the effects of this game tomorrow. He's played a lot in a variety of ways.
Tell you what, between Gainwell and Jason Huntley, the Eagles know that they have some guys that are multi-tool players coming out of the backfield as runners and receivers that they can count on, in addition to Boston Scott and Miles Sanders when he comes back, and Jordan Howard. They're loaded in the backfield.
Huntley. No gain. Again, the NFL playoffs just about here. All kicks off with Super Wild Card Weekend. Saturday doubleheader, Sunday tripleheader, and for the first time ever, a Monday night wild card game on January the 17th at 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll have megacast coverage across all networks. 3 days, 6 games, one epic long weekend. The road to Super Bowl 56 starts here. Week 18 of the NFL will wrap up tomorrow. All sorts of seeding, positioning, couple division titles still left on the line. And that should take us down to the 2-minute warning. Dallas Cowboys. You see 21? That's 21 unanswered by the Cowboys. 51-20.
Hey, I'm Scott Van Pelt, coming up on a weekend edition of Monday Night Postgame presented by Abbott. Live reactions from Philadelphia. We'll hear from both teams. Full highlights of that Chiefs close win in Denver. We'll dive into the playoff scenarios that are in play for Sunday. For now, back to the final couple of minutes from the link.
All right, Scott, thank you. As we wrap up our Monday Night Football regular season on a Saturday night. So many people that take care of us throughout this journey coast to coast for 18 weeks. The spotter to the stars, Ben Boma, John Parolin back in Bristol, Jacqueline Jameson, who keeps everything organized here in the booth, but so many more, Ryan and Brandon and BMO and Jody and Jess and Mary.
The guys who put the booth together every week for us do an unbelievable job. Dahan Lee, Roy Hammond, John Hooper, Jason Jobs.
How about the guy here to my right, Tony Grenier, the wizard on the tape machine.
And Quez Watkins for the touchdown for the Eagles, 36 yards to make it a little more respectable on the scoreboard.
We talked about Quez Watkins, trying to earn a little bit more action and some balls in the regular season as his postseason comes along. And he's been a playmaker this year for the Eagles on offense.
He's been a playmaker tonight. He's had some of those moments where you're going, where are you going, Quez? But he's always seeming to be able to break tackles, great awareness where defenders are, comes up with a big touchdown here late.
And the Eagles will go for 2. Of course they will. Just got that ball snapped. Minshew in some trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Basham had a sack earlier, sends Minshew flying, and that'll keep the score at 51-26.
See Terrell Basham at the top of your screen. Just going to keep working. Just keep working. You see him dip underneath. Nice technical pass rush and finish.
Focus so much on the NFC game tonight, the AFC playoff picture. By the Chiefs winning, they put the pressure on the Titans, who have to win in Houston tomorrow, try to reclaim that #1 overall seed.
Yeah, listen, nobody's going to want to see the Tennessee Titans, and I think they're the team that's kind of flown under the radar. They're the 6th scoring defense in the league. They're 2nd against the run. They've already beaten teams like the Bills and the Chiefs, and they beat the Colts twice. And now they get Derrick Henry back. I mean, this is going to be a fascinating next month.
Still some jockeying going on there. Patriots and Bills, the AFC East. It's one of the few divisions still left up for grabs. But again, all the seeding, everything will be sorted out tomorrow. And we'll have all the playoff matchups tomorrow night after the win and in game. The Chargers and the Raiders tomorrow night on NBC. So who do you guys like in that one? In the game that have everybody's attention?
You know, these are rematches of games that we've had on Monday Night Football.
Right.
You know, both the Chargers and the Raiders and the Rams and the 49ers. The 49ers obliterated the Rams. We remember that, how much they ran the ball 45 times or so. And then tomorrow night, listen, it's going to be a great game. If the Raiders are able to win that game, I know we talk a lot about Coach of the Year candidates, right?
Yeah.
LaFleur and Taylor and Vrabel. But if the Raiders can win tomorrow night, listen, I'm just going to throw Rich Bisaccia into that conversation. It would be an unbelievable story.
And think about the leadership that Derek Carr will have shown at the quarterback position for that football team as well. But look, across right here, this is a great list of guys right here. But that guy on the end, Mike Vrabel, his football team, is there a football team that plays more in the image of its head coach than the Tennessee Titans?
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about mental resolve and resilience. When Derrick Henry gets hurt, I mean, most people think that's it. Okay, this team's just going to start showing some cracks as far as their ability to just summon up good performances. Not even close.
Hey, Zach Taylor was as good as gone a couple years ago, right? Look at the job he's done in Cincinnati. Who wants to go there?
Right.
Take on Burrow and Jamar.
But of that list, I mean, is it not time for Matt LaFleur? Okay, 3 straight 13 wins. And I get it. He's got Aaron Rodgers. I get it, but listen, John Harbaugh won Coach of the Year with Lamar Jackson when he was an MVP. So can we quit holding Aaron Rodgers against Matt LaFleur in the Coach of the Year conversation?
Does seem unfair. Lots of good candidates, and that's the point of the conversation. And Cooper Rush of Bahamas Bowl fame take a final knee.
I see what you did there.
This game was 17-all in the second quarter. In the end, it's all Cowboys. Cowboys played their starters. The Eagles went with their entire second team here tonight. And both of these squads will gear up for postseason play. And they'll get their final seedings and matchups tomorrow night. I am told this is the first 51-26 final score in NFL history. And the Cowboys had 22 different players score touchdowns this season. That, too, is a new NFL record for a team. Don't miss the first ever Monday night playoff game with wild card action January 17th, 8 p.m. on ESPN and ABC. We will see you from someplace 1 week from Monday night. The Monday Night Postgame Special Edition, presented by Abbott, is coming up next here on ESPN. That's the story from Philadelphia, where it's all Cowboys. Scott Van Pelt, take it away.
Thank you, Steve. Coming up on ABC, it is your late local news. That is except on the West Coast. We will hear from Dak Prescott and a whole lot more live reaction and analysis from this game. A complete look at what's at stake Sunday in the NFL. We will see you. Abbott postgame, which begins on ESPN in just 3 minutes. We will see you then.